Welcome to That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf. I'm Bill Bush of DriveRangeHeroes.com, at Range Heroes on all the social medias, is Kris McEwen, at Kris McEwen, for all your Twitters and Instagrams and Facebooks and Ryas
TikToks.
and everything are sold. The TikToks.
Yep.
I got into the TikTok account finally. It's getting this thing we
were talking about videos before. We should do another video where I'm showing you how to do TikTok. How to TikTok.
Yeah. I'm in. Took 3 weeks because it kept it's like, hey, here's the code for you to log in.
Yeah.
And it said you're trying to do it too many times. And I looked through all the fixes and none of it works, whatever. And then finally one day I'm like, it's like a Saturday morning laying around watching TV. I go, let me just try right now. And it just lets me log right in.
Nice.
So I don't get it. And the whole, the Chinese are after us.
Yeah, they got you now, man.
By TikTok.
They got you.
Right
where they want
you. Me, Ryan Reynolds, and Rob McElhaney and the Wrexham Football Club, all of us, TikTok.
Right.
Before I get going here, don't forget to go down, subscribe below here, hit the bell so you get notified every time one of these great videos comes up, including the soon to come How to TikTok. Oh, that's going to get the clicks in the algorithm. How to TikTok. Yeah, that's coming. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you as always. Make sure you leave a review and a 5-star rating. And I would like to quick shout out because I've texted him multiple times. It comes up frequently, but to the greatest, my favorite golf podcast review I've seen to date of Adam Unfiltered of the Golf Unfiltered podcast, with his being accused in one thing of hating the PGA Tour or loving, being a socialist.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I saw that. So great.
This is what golf is. You know what? It's so good. I think we just have to read the exact thing. I mean, I've literally multiple times just lost my shit laughing to myself thinking of it.
It's so perfect. It is so perfect.
It's just so funny.
He's a socialist golfer that hates golf or something like that. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Of course. Yeah. It's just the everything about it. Oh, the subject is a host who hates you and me. That's right. 1-star rating. That's right. A Chicagoland socialist who hates you and me but loves the PGA. Quick shout out to the fans of the pod. Love you guys. Mike Luck.
Oh God, it's so great.
I mean, I know Adam gets a little political, but every now and then on his Twitter, but it's his Twitter. I don't begrudge him. He can do what he pleases with it in his voice. But my God, yes, he's a Chicago socialist who hates you, the listener of his podcast. Oh my God, so good. Yeah, love you, Adam.
It's true.
Just keep bringing the hits because I love this shit. And it's the perfect guy to get that too, because talk about water off a duck's back. He's like, okay, if anything, he's like, I'm succeeding. Right. I loved it. Right. Anyway, do that.
Yeah, do all the things. Click the buttons. Do the reviews. Comment. Say hi. Hey, next week I have a proposal. Production show here, or a pre-production show during the show. Let's announce the prize pack. Let's do it. Let's call it. We've got some great stuff next week. It's kicking off October. We'll run the contest through the first couple of weeks or whatever, and then be done with that.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Be done with it. We're done with you all.
That's not what I said.
We're Chicago socialists. No, I'm saying it.
Don't paint me like Adam team. Unfiltered. How dare you?
Oh my God, it's so funny. Yeah, we should do that. Done deal.
Okay. You want to kick things off and talk about your golf adventures? Because by the way, listeners and viewers, if you're listening to my voice, you'll know this is a common occurrence once I return from a golf trip in which I don't have much of one.
Hey, should we save it for later in the show? Is this a golf trip last year where you just decided it was time to take another break from drinking due to smashing a glass in your hand for no reason?
No, that wasn't a golf trip. That wasn't a golf trip.
That wasn't a golf.
That was just a weekend.
Right.
That was just like a Saturday night with some friends from Arizona that were in town. Yeah.
Okay.
And if Riv watches or listens to this episode, he will chuckle to himself because he was there attempting to wrangle me.
You have a feeling there's no wrangling you, and the impression you're trying to give in this unwranglable state is like you're some sort of tough guy.
Not necessarily a tough guy. No. I mean, I'm not belligerent or anything.
You don't know what keeps me now. No one keeps me.
No, okay. No, I wasn't belligerent. It was just like, it was more like, I'm good, man. I'm fine. It was one of those, you know what I mean? You know, like one of those things. Like, I'm fine. As my hand is pouring blood onto my shoes, you know.
When no one tells you you're not fine, even though plenty of people are aware you're not fine. I got you.
Anyways.
Yeah. So some golf hijinks of mine past weekend. Let's see. I didn't play particularly well, but it was in the annual, what we call a beer open, because that's the name of, I think I've said this on the show before, the soccer team that they started having a golf outing and like, hey, we're playing beer. That's funny. Every men's league has that team, and they were them at one point, but then over time it sticks. So they play the beer open every year. And I've been playing it now maybe 6 years or so. Won it a couple times, and
what's the format?
It was just scramble.
It was played four person.
Yeah, okay, cool. 4-person scramble. Lighter field this year. That's a whole nother dramatic story, but not for this show because it's not my business. I'm just a guest. Right. But my team, I would say we weren't the best team on paper, but I think we could have been a surprise team, and we were in it for the first 9 or so holes, and then we just hit a stretch where I don't know if the wheels came off or we just we had like a good 3-hole run at the Bartlett Hills Golf Club.
Oh yeah, home away from home.
Bogeying up the scramble, which is once you have one bogey on a kind of scramble, you're dead.
Was it a bogey limit? Was it a pickup at bogey? No. Oh, okay.
No, it's just where we found ourselves, and really for like, I could have played myself. It's one of those things I feel like I could have maybe, the guys were hitting sort of enough clutch shots, and me being the better player in the group, I'm like, I realistically should have carried that team.
It's a lot of pressure though to deliver. Yeah.
Well, and it was one of those, so the winning score was -8. I'm obviously not shooting -8 alone. Yeah. But I felt like I have enough game in a scramble, and these two were hitting enough. Like,
I'll say that's a winnable tournament with you involved. I feel like
decent putts and bailouts. Yeah. And here's the kick: we were either one of two or the only 3-man team, so we got to rotate. Every hole, like who hits the second shot.
God,
every third hole I get 2 shots, and I just I said to the guys, I'm like, we might be in all right shape. I'm not having a particularly good driving range session. No, it just translated onto the course. And so I feel like I could have definitely done more and thrown this team on my back a little bit, because these guys were hitting enough. Like, you have to use at least one of everybody's tee shot per 9. Okay. And these guys were not only getting us that tee shot, but we're getting good tee shots. So it was really good. We just weren't making putts, and definitely ran out of some sort of emotional steam.
Was it like live scoring or anything? Did you know? Okay, no. So you didn't know until the clubhouse. Yeah.
Right. Now highlights.
Yeah.
Of course, when I go in to pay, there's our guy Phil. Yeah. So I did see Phil briefly, but I was busy Saturday. I was hoping he would hop in a cart and come find me, selfishly. And I didn't know he has other things to do. And then after, there was I don't know if it was one big wedding or 2 weddings going on, but the clubhouse was jam packed and the bar was like dead. But yeah, so you saw the Instagram picture, 2 bottles of booze, got 2 bottles of bourbon as a prize for longest drive.
What hole?
Which was in the front 9. I want to say, I have to think this through a little, maybe. So one
par 5, that blind tee shot, was it 3?
No, it's not blind. I'm trying to think what 3 is. It's not that long of a hole, but it's playing back into the wind. Okay. It's that hole after that first that really like short par 3 with the water hazard.
Okay, yeah. So that's a par 4. It's like
6.
Yeah, 6. Yep.
And then 7's the par 4.
Yep. 8, and then 8 is along the road, and then 9 is back towards the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it goes down and goes up. It's a fairly short hole, but it's dead into the wind. And we're the second to last group. And at this point, I still think I have a little bit of game on the day. I'm okay with things. Yeah. We're 2 under maybe at that point.
Okay.
And one guy hits a terrible drive. One guy hits a good drive. All right, we can play from there. I'm going to grip it and rip it now. Yeah. So the previous guy wasn't super far out there, but it was dead center of the fairway. So I figured somebody just dropped the sign out,
Oh yeah.
No, it was somebody. So I just hit the living daylights out of my ball. And I probably blow past that one by about, 35, 40 yards in the fairway. And I'll tell you, like, it was sort of like power butter cutty, not slicing, not I
feel like that's your usual go-to flight,
not hard fade. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely not a long drive flight, but I hit the living piss out of it. My club speed was probably like 175 miles an hour, ball speed 1,000,
Yeah.
Here's the good news though. Guess who just happened to be up in the rotation to hit twice off the tee?
Oh yeah.
So I hit another one. I'm like, God, there's a little too much movement on that. And I took a little bit of movement out of the next one, same speed, actually probably a little more speed, and just hugging down the left trees with a nice little cut back to the middle of the fairway. I wasn't quite dead center like the other guy, but now I'm like 65 yards past the guy.
Right. That's awesome.
Go drop the thing there and make it better. The organizer witnessed the whole thing.
Really?
So that was good. Had a few other big shots throughout the day. And then I want to say it's, so the rest of it was pretty ho-hum, but is it 17? No, 17's a par 5, right? No, 17's.
No,
it's a short par 4.
Yeah, it's a short par 4. Yep. 16 is the 5. Yep.
Right. Which I had two miraculous shots on that to save par. We were just a shit show that whole hole. Starting drives in the middle of the fairway just fell apart, left into trees, whatever. I hits this beautiful 8-iron hook shot that we couldn't even see where it went because it was around all the trees. Finally found it like back behind the green. I actually hit too much club. And then I hit a flop up over junk and hits the cup and like rims out
on 17?
2 inches tap in par. On 16. 17, then probably the drive of the day. I'm like just short in front of the left greenside bunker, and all of us just hit flops like an asshole. Just terrible shots. And just for kicks out of frustration for like a 5th shot, I hit a perfect little flopper that would have been an easy tap and birdie. So that was frustrating. Walked out of there with par after a monster drive. Took us 3 to get down in a scramble from 18 yards. So we're second to last for the 18th hole par 3. That's over water. Tough little 2-tier green pins in the back at like right at the ridge. Now this group in front of us, I don't know what their deal was. I don't know a ton. I know some of these guys fairly well. There's guys I don't know at all. And then there's always some new people. Sure. I feel like there were a few and had no idea who these were. And, people are pretty wasted at this point. And then you have the gallery of the event
on the deck
and we're right. And it's all, or really right by the green, in those cart paths.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just the shenanigans in front of us are taking forever, and they're not on the green. They're nowhere to be found. And all of a sudden we see like a ball just sort of like shoot out from behind the trees onto the green. Still nothing. Well, next thing you know, the whole group sort of converges on the green, and they're stepping off like a closest to the pin thing and putting the stick in. But then they go and play the shot I just saw come from the right. So I don't understand why they were playing it.
Yeah.
They had a shot from nowhere coming onto the green, but that got walked off and was the new this other shot was the new closest to the pin. Like, it didn't make any sense.
They might not have known it's got to be. They might have just thought it was like close to the pin, period, right?
No, because they put it on the green. They knew what they were doing. And I'll tell you, there were two guys in this group who are like, we're PGA pros.
Great.
A lot of golf bros, but they were older golf bros. And it's like, oh, if only you knew who the real golf bro is here.
Right.
So anyway, it didn't make sense, whatever. And the two guys I'm playing with, I know them, and I know them pretty well, and they're just absolute sweethearts. Like, I couldn't have asked to get paired. Especially with all the people who didn't play this year, get paired with I couldn't have handpicked the group better. So happy. And we're kind of complaining. I'm like, what the heck? Ooh. And finally, one of the guys goes, just hit one closer, which wasn't that easy. I'm like, yeah, okay. And of course, you're looking, I'm like, if I hit one good, I feel like it's just going to grab and then come and roll all the way down the thing.
Yeah.
Or it's like, this is going to be a tough shot. Yeah. So what do? I step up with a 9-iron. Oh, by the way, I have both shots again. On 18, I have both shots. I don't know if I hit third or whatever. Hit a 9-iron. It's plain, 142 yards, right on the drop, and like maybe 3 feet right, and just a handful past the pin, just dead stop. Inside the guy's ball by three paces.
Nice.
So took in front of everybody.
right. With an audience.
Took closest pin, 2 bottles of bourbon for my winnings. And I'm like, oh yeah, for all the drinking I've been doing lately. So I gave one of the guys in my group the other bottle of bourbon. I needed one to keep for like trophy purposes, when you come over. But yeah, so I took I'd like to thank Tour Edge C722 driver for being wonderful as always, and with its and Fujikura for the Fujikura Ventus TR inside of that led to a nice 300 plus yard drive for longest drive. And then shout out to Sub 70 Golf for their beautiful 659 MB
and
irons.
What golf ball were you playing?
Getting it done. I was playing, of course, Kris McEwen, the official ball of that Range Life. A show sometimes about golf, or that Range Life altogether. Right. The Bridgestone Tour B X.
Nice. This is going to be a real. I've got very similar stories using very similar equipment.
Imagine that. Now, before we move on, thank those guys. Can't thank them enough. Appreciate the great gears always. But this is a fun event. It's just good times. I have to admit, I'm kind of nervous now. So tomorrow, as we record this, I have the whole day off. I'm playing in a 27-hole tournament at Oak Park Country Club,
you're doing
which has my number.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my ass handed to me probably. I've read the format here before, but we got the 9 holes of Chapman in it. So I went and bought some, because I don't have my own supply of this ball. I went and bought a box of Bridgestone E12s.
Nice.
E12 contact, because my partner, who has a slower swing speed, when we have to alternate balls, he will be able to accommodate the E12, and I feel like I will be able to as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He sent me like the pairings or something this morning, and I took a look at it. And it dawned on me, wait a minute. On 4, when I ripped my drive left out of bounds, I can't just drop by the fence and move on with my day. Like, I have to do the real rules. And when I'm next to that gravel cart path and just have then the ground sucks. I can't just kind of nudge my ball over.
None of that.
Or this thing's buried. I'll just whatever, just scoot it over. I gotta actually play by the rules.
Yeah.
I hope someone's like, you should always play by the rules. Yeah, no kidding. You get the point here.
Right.
I got news for you. Kris and I rarely play for anything that's serious.
Right.
And we wear t-shirts and shorts and play with one golf club. All right. But I have to play tournament golf. Now, I will tell you, in the Beer Open, there was a time where I got that number 8, the par 4 along the road, kind of along the road, but it has that big foresty part. And no one hit a good drive. I tried to do something cute and just yanked one into the trees 1,000,000 miles an hour. But one of the guys hit like a pretty nice shot, fadey, just too right, hits the cart path, 2 big hops, good distance, stays on the cart path. And so they're like, oh, we have to go on this. And what do we do? And I said, rules official bill here. I'm getting the driver out. I'm marking with the T's.
Yeah.
I said, all right. I knew what I was doing here for that. By the way, it's 2 club lengths, right? No closer to the pin. Or is it 1 club length?
I thought it was 2 from a man-made obstacle. I thought you got 2.
I guess either way, I'll just play it safe from now and just do 1.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, just rules officials, please comment and let us know what the actual rule is.
Right, and cite it so we can check it.
Right.
But so we just put the club, I'm like, yeah, you got the tees, we're no closer. Hey, there we go. Yeah. So now I'm ready for my tournament. I know all the rules. So hopefully my buddy Mark Witt has all the rules down pat because it's been a while.
Yeah,
But I'm nervous. And it's all day, 27 holes. There's a hole you play, you shotgun the first 18 holes. You get out there, right?
Yeah.
Then after you come in, part of it's like, I want to say the better ball is just 100% your handicap. The Chapman's like 60% the high handicap, 40% the low handicap.
Interesting.
And then after that, there's like a lunch.
Oh,
and then they like,
and you go back out.
They flight all the cards to go do the rest of it.
Oh my God.
So,
man,
it sounds like a long day, but it also sounds awesome. He's like, here's what I'd say. There's a breakfast, but get there, do the range, then eat, because if you eat, then do the range, you'll be lucky to even get a spot.
Sure,
and
right.
It's like, and this thing, man, they really do it up. And I'm like, I guess.
That'll be cool.
See you guys on Thursday.
Yeah, that'll be cool for sure. Yeah.
So I'm so nervous for all of it, but I'm pumped. Like, I'm really excited for the opportunity, but I'm like, I'll probably be pooping myself. It's fine. All right,
okay.
Man. So enough of my golf talk. Talk about the trip highlights.
Yeah,
Tell me about the
another
trip.
Captain's Cup in the books. There's my new hat. Well done, Chad and Nate over there, who run that thing every year. Played 1 billion holes of golf. And I got to tell you,
only 1 billion,
roughly. Yeah, give or take.
Okay.
Because it's a great golf course. B, it's a really fun golf course for match play. And C, it's unlimited golf where our houses that we're staying at are on the course. Right. So there's no commute. You just drive your golf cart back to the house when you're done, whatever. So when you get done with like the competitive part of it, a lot of us will just head right back to the 10th or right back to the 1st, or we'll go and play the holes that are right around the houses, which is basically like, what is it for 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll play those a bunch, whatever. So we just you can just play. It's unlimited. So we just go out and we play. A lot of us, like, there's obviously a group that plays and then goes back to the house and drinks beer and hangs out or whatever. But there's, small contingent of us that just run it forever, So like,
I assume you'll get into it, but knowing you and just sun up to sundown golfing, how bad do your hands hurt? I was just
about to get to that. So my hands are pretty worn out. They're pretty torn up, a little blistery on my right hand, a little bit on my left, but it's more, and it's kind of funny. So when you're there, I don't know if it's like adrenaline, booze, any other chemicals that have been ingested that are helping you get through the days and the holes or whatever. But you don't think about it. Like, your body may be tired of it, but you're just like excited to be playing golf and you're with all your buddies and it's really cool. And you're just playing. Today, so I got back on Sunday morning. Yesterday, I was mostly okay. Today, like, body parts hurt. Like,
you said yesterday you were recovering. Little did you know.
Right. And then I woke up today and I'm like, oh man, things are like, and the funny thing is I'm heading back out to play Flossmoor tomorrow. So hopefully one more night's rest and I can go play again. But yeah, so just played a ton of golf. And, real quick, I just have to tell you that the combination of Tour Edge, Bridgestone, Fujikura, and Sub 70 are undefeated.
One sec here. Surprise guest.
Oh, we got a surprise guest. Who we got? Yeah. Step into the camera. Step into the camera.
I can't. I got him in my headphones. What?
Tell Kris I'm a Posh ambassador now.
She is?
Breaking news.
She's a Poshmark ambassador?
She's a Posh ambassador.
God damn. That didn't take long. Congratulations.
Dude, we'll save that for next show. Maybe we'll have her on.
Yeah, we can talk Posh. Yeah. I'll come over.
Yeah.
He'll know what that is. That's why.
He's for the record, he's here.
I'm very excited and impressed about it.
Enthusiastic and excited about it. He's very impressed. Yeah, maybe next show you can come out in the garage and talk about it.
I really love that she.
Sarah Bush.
I love that she interrupted the show just to let me know that she's a Poshmark ambassador. That is amazing.
Here's the best part. I'm hearing the
Right.
And I like you said something just in time for me. I could go and she asked at the same time, "Are you recording?" Like I'm gonna be like, "Yes, I am."
Right. You need.
We're gonna leave this.
You got
to
put that.
We're leaving this
100%. You got to put the on air sign outside the door, Bill. It doesn't do you much good. This was just for inside the door.
This was for funsies. Right. This is gonna have to get relocated, which means I need another. There's another effect here.
You have a second lava lamp. I mean, find it.
I did get asked yesterday. So I haven't said anything. We got any long-term plans for this lava lamp in the kitchen? I go, yep, leave it right there. Yeah. And I did notice my bulldog candle has been relocated. I don't appreciate that. That was a conversation piece, and I feel like an anchor of the household. All right, so
anyways,
tore up your store, your back,
body's tired.
And like today.
Yeah, my hands,
and you got Flossmore tomorrow.
My hands hurt. Flossmore tomorrow, which I can't wait. I love that golf course. But so Tour Edge, Sub 70, Bridgestone, Fujikura, undefeated for the year. 2 championships brought home, an Arizona championship and a Michigan championship. But here's the crazy thing about it. So, and I've got drone footage of one of the holes. There's 2 holes. Well, there's more than 2, but there's 2 holes specifically.
Turns out there's roughly 18.
Yeah, but there's 2 holes. They're par 4s. They're shorter par 4s. They're like decision. This is why it's a fun match play course, because every hole is full of decision making. Right? You can try to tempt fate and go for. You
haven't said what course.
Oh, it's at Island Hills Golf Club in Centreville, Michigan. Thank you, Bill. Sorry, I forget about that every year. Mm-hmm. But and those guys are great. They really are. It's awesome. It's an awesome place. If you want any more information, leave a comment and I'll tell you all about it. But there's a couple holes where you can get after it. There's two short par 4s, but you have to cover water on both of them. So one of them it's number 11. It's a very dramatic, almost like horseshoe hole, right? So you could tee off and you can play it left safe, right? You hit a 5-iron and you're 100 yards out from the green, right? Hit something short, you're fine. Or you can try to cover the water you can try to cut it as much as you want, right? As much as
okay.
But you're really, if you want to go from tee to green, you're going to hit a straight, roughly 290 yard shot. Okay.
How much carry?
290.
290
carry. Okay. Because the green, if you hit short of the green, it's got a slope down back towards the water. Okay. Right. If you hit it over the green, there's a trap waiting for you on the left side of the green, or whatever. Then there's another hole that's really, it's 16, I want to say. It's a really, really difficult hole. The whole thing is sloped towards the water. It's not quite a horseshoe shape. So you kind of have to give the ball a little shape if you want to go for the green, but that's a longer carry, I think, to get to it. And there's water and green. So you have and on the backside of the green, it's just a huge downslope to like the cart path. Right. There's like
a Bill Langford drop off.
There's very little room for error. And you either have to go for the green or lay up. There's no in between because from the fairway continues to narrow till it gets to the green, and then the green widens, right? So there's like this real narrow strip that you can, I guess, try to land somehow, but it doesn't make any sense. So, but it's the same concept. You can hit anywhere from a 7-iron to a 4-iron into that fairway on 16, and you'll still have 100 yards to the green, right? Well, it's after the matches are over. And there's always a contingent on 18 watching people, like you're saying, the gallery, it just continues to collect right on 18 because the houses are just off 18. So guys are going back and forth and grabbing beers and just hanging out on 18. Well, about 14 of us decide to go back to 16 and have a long drive contest, basically see who can drive the green, right? On 16.
Right.
Guess who was the one guy who drove the green on 16?
Bob Hope.
This guy right here. Son of a bitch.
That was a Caddyshack reference.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you how it happened. So, everyone's going for it. Everyone's hitting into the water. Everyone's pulling the shit out of the ball into the woods, whatever, onto the left side. I hit a laser beam, just an absolute straight laser beam. Seemingly, so on the other side of the water, there are big, tall Michigan trees, right? So I hit, and you have to kind of, if you want to do this right, you have to have a little Bill Bush power fade, baby fade into the green. If you really want to land the green properly, right? Just hit a little left to right, kind of. You have to hit it 300 yards, but you got to have a little shape to it. Mine had no shape to it. It was right along the tree edge to the point that I thought it was in the trees and gone. Right. So then a bunch of us go to the 100-yard mark and we're like, let's just have a 100-yard shot contest now. Right. So there's like 10 of us at the 100-yard mark and I drop a ball and then someone's up on the green and they go, hey, there's a ball up here. It's a Bridgestone. And I said, does it have a blue line on it? Because I mark all my golf balls with a blue line. And they're like, blue line Bridgestone E12. I'm like, that's my golf ball. So yeah, that's right. Little guy. Now, so we do that. And a group of us are like, 4 of us are like, let's go play some more. We'll play a money game. It's a match play money game. 2-on-2, scramble, whatever, off the back 9. So we go off. And again, 11 is the big horseshoe hole that I talked about where
I'm so tired just hearing about this.
Like, I'm telling you, we played so many golf holes this weekend. It was awesome, dude. It's just so much fun. So much fun. But and we're drinking like heavy beers, not Coors Lights. We're drinking heavy beers. Right. We're pouring bottles of stout into each other's cups. It's a whole thing. So anyways, we go and we play another back 9 match, $20 money game. And on 11, my partner lays it out properly, plays the safe play, puts it in the middle of the fairway, 100 yards out. And they're like, Kris, get after it. And I put that thing in the dead center of the green. We pulled around the corner and there it was, no more than 15 feet from the hole. So I got 2 par 4 greens and one off the tee this weekend, which is just insane.
I say the consistency is the wild.
Well, so here's what happened.
I'll do it again.
Right. And everyone, as soon as it was off the face of I'm playing the 721, the Tour Edge 721, C721, with the Fujikura TR Blue, Ventus TR Blue in it. Off the face, they're like,
to say you finally had that in.
I did, yeah. I put it in, yeah. Off the face, the guys are like, that's on the green. Not even a question. It was like, you're gonna be perfect. So here's how it all came together. Thursday, when we kicked things off, I was a bit of a mess. I don't know if it was nerves, kind of like what you were saying, like my partner wasn't consistent necessarily, but I was good enough. I should have been good enough to be able to carry our twosome against the 2 guys we were playing. Right. Mm-hmm. And we grinded it out, won the match, but it was not pretty by any means. No, I lost that match. I lost the Thursday match, which was maybe that's what it did for me. Maybe what it did for me. And then Friday morning, second tee shot of we're playing 1 versus 1 on the front 9. So I'm playing one person match play on the front 9. And I go through, I par the first hole, win the point. We move to the second one. It wasn't a pretty par. It was an up and down. It was a hole, but whatever. The second hole, I hit a golf ball, Bill, so far and so straight. It's a big, long par 4, whatever. There's plenty of room so you can really get after it. I hit a ball so far, so straight. Like this one guy that I've played with multiple times, he's like, that's the best golf ball I've ever seen you hit. And from that point on, I was lights out. Like to the point where it was a 9-hole match. It was over in 5 holes. The guy never stood a chance. I was apologizing to him. Like, I'm so sorry. This is not a normal thing. I promise you, I'm not actually this good. But it just continued. Like, it's one of those things where it's just, I found something and it continued through the rest of the weekend. My team that I was on that won I think now their 3rd championship in a row, we were supposed to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By the end of Friday, we were so far ahead in points that Saturday didn't matter. They're like, just go play golf and do whatever you want. That's how we just rolled through these guys. But yeah. Anyways, that was you and me both talking about how good we are at golf, which is annoying, but it's such an anomaly. It's such a surprising, weird thing. Like I've never played golf that way. I've never played, let alone not 1 round of golf, but like 30 holes of golf, just absolutely lights out. Couldn't make a mistake. I don't know if it's like, because by the way, I should tell you, I love match play. I love it so much. It's so much fun. I don't know if it makes me play better because it feels like it's more of a one-on-one thing, but God, I love it so much. It's so great.
Well, and I mean, the blow-ups are nowhere near like fine. You blew up.
Yeah, totally.
Now,
yeah,
I guess
you're still in it.
Let's bounce it out.
Yeah.
Do you have any good blow-ups?
God, I'm sure we did. Well, I certainly had blow-up holes. We did. So there's the first par 5 we play. It's the 3rd hole of the golf course. Blind tee shot. It's wide open. God, it's so wide open. You could hit the ball. If you hit the biggest slice of your life, you could still be in play. And I hit a ball out of bounds on the right side of the golf. I just terrible, right? And that was on Thursday. And then and my partner hit his ball into the fescue 10 yards in front of the tee box, like one of those, right? Like he just sunk it right into the fescue. And we're like, great. I should have clubbed down, but at the time I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to hit driver, and lost it out of bounds. So we're 1 out, right? Dropping 2, hitting 3. I take an 8-iron to lay up. I hit that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, those are always the best. Yeah.
So I hit that hit it through the fairway, through the rough, hit it into the trees, out of bounds. Like, you got to be kidding me. My partner did the same thing. He scuffed his into the right side or whatever. So that's why I laid up, because he hit OB, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll just hit an 8-iron. Hit it too far. Probably pulled it a little bit. And then our approaches now off of that OB, both short. And then we stuff we chunk, both of us chunk the chip shot for the short. I mean, it was like one of those, and I think at that point we picked up because they were on the green in 4.
At this point, you're just pointlessly losing money.
Right. That's right. But yeah, after that first day where I don't know what was wrong. Maybe it was out of the car or something, and just kind of cold. Oh, yeah. But yeah, man, God,
I'm getting old, man. Getting out of the cars and playing is a lot harder.
Yeah, right. And you would think maybe that's part of it too, is that, late nights, lots of booze, maybe it helped me slow down Friday and Saturday and relax a little bit and just play like really fun golf. We'll see tomorrow if I can keep it going. But it was just like unconscious golf. I've never played that way before in my life. And it was amazing. So much fun. So that's my Michigan stories.
It's good. Thanks for listening today. If you were wanting to hear how good we are at golf.
But it's like, I think every listener, every viewer can relate. Like sometimes you have those days where you're like, holy shit, man, this is amazing. Whether you're shooting, maybe a great day is breaking 100, maybe it's breaking 90, maybe it's breaking 80, whatever. But like we've had those days where it's like, oh my God, this is it. Like this, I'm playing golf.
More importantly, it was an opportunity for us to thank people who have given us nice golf equipment to help us succeed.
For sure.
Okay.
I mean, if I wasn't a walking advertisement for all of those products for a 3-day weekend, I don't know what was. Like little tiny McEwen hitting greens with his driver and his nice fancy Ventus TR Blue.
You gotta stop with those little tiny business. You look at the Rory McIlroys of the world. There's lots of little. I mean,
McIlroy is still 5'10", and he's like 200 pounds.
Have you seen him in person? He is not. I will. That's like these hockey players. Maybe, are like, he's 6'8".
He's listed at 5'10", but he's really not. That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Absolutely.
But still, I also had. I will do one more quick thing. Lots of people eyeballing my 659 CBs. Lots of people.
Nice golf club.
Yeah.
Nice golf club. That's all you can say about them. All you can say. Yep. You're playing Flossmoor tomorrow.
I am.
We have been talking about like, oh yeah, doing this now. We're almost hitting 3 years doing this.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you on Flossmoor. Yeah.
We just never do it.
I know it's tough.
Just never
it never lines up or what. Like this time it was, I'm the fourth of the group. So I couldn't even like try to.
Right. We'll have to figure out how to prioritize. We'll make it.
We could probably get out in the fall. I could probably. I'm traveling with and staying with the director of golf on my final golf trip of the year to Utah. So maybe I can talk him into letting us get out, and maybe in October you can play it. And while it's
like just let's do it with the beautiful fall colors, please.
Yeah, it's such a fun course. I really really want you to go on it just so you can play it because I think it's really fun.
It turns out I really want to do that.
It's a good time.
All right. This golf show has been brought to you by Bill and Kris. This is Inseparability.
A couple of inseparable golf dicks.
What a golf! Hey, sometime about golf. It was a golf show. We were due for a golf show.
It's true. We haven't really, to be fair, we haven't talked about our own games in a long time, and I think we should just celebrate and enjoy our successes.
Don't worry. Next show we'll talk more about it because I got to recap how this tournament tomorrow is going to go. Oh my God!
Next week it'll be Bill's tournament and my Flossmoor update.
Yeah,
it won't be. I won't be nearly as insufferable because I came home with a championship and it just felt really good.
Really good.
Yeah. Anyways,
all right, plug something. All right.
You today, as this show is being recorded. Had yet another unboxing. It's our last here in the past. God, we've had a good run. Well, you've had a good run of, I think, 6 or 8 in a row. This one is already very popular, which you said it would be. The Project X Hazardous Smoke RDX Green Shaft and Red Shaft.
Yeah.
You unbox and tell us all about. Very popular on the gram and very popular on the YouTube.
I did record another unboxing recently, by the way, that a very important event takes place in. We'll talk about after we're done here. Go watch that. All right. Go watch that video and then go over to driverangeheroes.com and read the review of the Tech ULTS Pro rangefinder.
Okay.
All right. That's what we got. That's Kris McEwen at Kris McEwen on all social media. Is back from Michigan, a champion, 2-time champion this year. What a guy.
Tell you what.
Breaking records. I'm Bill Bush of DriveRangeHeroes.com at Range Heroes. Thank you for watching or listening to That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf. We'll see you next week.